from the advisory. Jairi, what is your legacy on the program today?
Well, today we just celebrated Mother's Day 2 days ago. And we hope, I hope for that matter, that we still recognize that a mother or Mother's Day should be celebrated every day, not only on the 14th or the 13th of May, every day.
Yes.
So I would want to encourage all our viewers and all Guyanese citizens as a whole to let us continue to remember our mother.
What do you say about the city council now?
Oh, the city council, I am not too happy of what I'm seeing. We have just came back from that protest action at South Randveld, Roxanne Burnham Garden area. And we heard from the residents
you get that feedback
of Roxanne Burnham Garden what is the problem in that area with that green space they have. And I think the city council is not acting in the best interest of citizens around that area.
So, Jeff?
Yes, and there are so many different issues. Today, the 15th day of May, and we still have another 11 days for independence, you know. But there's some issues. Firstly, with the national insurance scheme. When its times come for dealing with serious issues, like a person who has to be hospitalized and have surgery and so on, it takes a very, very long time before they can get their benefits, before they can get their money. It's ridiculous. All of the people involved are in the same building. You don't have to go to Berbice or to get, or Mahaika to get the, pass on something. All the processing is done in one building, and yet it takes a long time. You know, some people have been complaining. They need surgery urgently, and the process is too long. I'm trying to call on the NIS people to please speed up your process for people who have urgent business to be done. Surgery, hospitalization. We're not talking about paying back the money. In fact, when people go and make claims, it takes several months before they get the money. But we're talking about urgent and serious cases of surgery. Water in Duke Street, and I'm drawing it to the attention of the Water Authority. Water's been running and building up there at around 85 Duke Street, Kingston. Please go there and check it out. The Guyana Water Authority. What happened when you call the Water Authority? Nobody answers. There's an answering service now. They say, well, leave your name and not, but you're not getting anything. It's ridiculous. Okay. So we need to get something done. Now, UGIC is introducing a parking system now. UG administration is developing a parking system on campus. I hope that they give the pensioners free parking when they go every 6 months to correct the pension. Give them free parking. Make sure that they make allowance for the UG pensioners. Now, Stabrook News on last Saturday reported that last Saturday outside Monterey Market, a female traffic rank was harassing drivers. Rain was falling, so people were parking near to the pavement, and she went up to them because they were shopping. They had to park. You know, people were going to shop. So when the people came out, when the rain was falling heavily, so the letter writer claimed that after they came out, they would pass something to the police round. So we need to have this investigated. If this is common practice, why the rank has to receive something. The allegation was made in the letters column of the Stabrook News. Now, police CID, we notice in the newspapers, we see bandits, people who are being put in jail, drinking the best liquor, and nobody knows what happened. Is there no camera inside the New Amsterdam prison? What I mentioned last week is that we need to monitor what is happening on the social media. The police should have a special desk where they monitor every day what is going on, and also they need to have cameras in these prisons to see what is going on. How can this happen and nobody knows? And then what is happening? They believe there's collusion with some prison officers. Some prison officers are helping to for these things to be passed in, allowing them,
Okay.
you know, to have these things.
Okay.
Now, a report in the Starbuck News states that the Trinidad government has acquired an additional 26.13% of the Republic Bank. So Republic, they have control of 53.21% of Republic Bank. We have to be careful. Next thing, we don't know how we might be shorting in terms of foreign currency, you know, more. You know, we need to monitor this. The central bank should really keep an eye on what's going on there. Now there was a call in the letter columns to the police public relations office to sensitize the public about the overpass that we have on the East Bank.
Yes, yes.
You know, they arrested, in one day, 45 persons in one day, by taking them before the already overcrowded courts. What is this? The police need to do their job before, on the ground, show people where to walk and whatnot, as well as in the media, right? And they need to resume the wrapping with the public program here.
Okay.
This was discontinued by Silal Prasad.
Yes.
The last police commissioner. The new police commissioner, the acting police commissioner, needs to resume, because it's a free program on Channel 6,
yes,
wrapping with the public, where the police come and explain the latest developments. But they need to go in the communities themselves and do that. Now, education. Yes. On Sunday's paper, we had two articles there, one by Ian MacDonald and another by the guy who writes in the Starbuck News, Gildari. And both of them emphasize the need to revamp what is happening. In fact, I just put it briefly, Ian MacDonald said that school education is boring and it doesn't teach anything useful for real life. While Leonard Gildari was stressing the importance of parents being involved with their children, know what is going on, not just drop them to school alone, help them with the books and so on, and also for all stakeholders to be involved. You know, he spoke of lack of human resources, shortage of supplies, right? And you need to bring it up to date with modern techniques. This is a new 21st century. We need to bring education into the 21st century.
Call you there, hello?
Yes, good day to you.
Good day, good day. Yes?
Your panel.
Yes.
Now, I called some weeks ago.
Yes.
Concerning my water that is leaking.
Yes.
That was the main that was broken in Princess Street here.
Yes.
So far to date, I called GWI, I called this program, and so far to date, nothing.
Okay, give us the address in Princess Street.
Yes, in Princess Street. The same person in Princess Street.
Yeah, what is the address?
I give you the address so much time.
I know you gave it the last time, but give it again. We gave Mr. Green was here the last time too.
Yes, the Princess Street Lodge.
The
as in David.
The Princess Street Lodge.
Yeah, the yard before Calabar Guard Service.
The yard before?
Calabar Guard Service.
Gulliver? Caliber. Guard Service.
Now, despite this, I report this thing so long that I even forget it how long. This now was a little by I report this thing.
What?
and they still ain't come now, turn grandfather or something, and they still ain't coming.
This is for Guyana Water?
Pardon me?
Who you reported to which?
Where?
Whoever reported at GWI.
GWI, okay.
Okay.
Now, the thing is that your partner promised that he's gonna get in contact with the CEO.
Yeah.
But the CEO ain't got no, like, they ain't got no influence. They ain't got no influence because
Who got the influence?
No, he spoke to one of the lieutenants of the CEO, who's supposed to be the man on the spot to get things done.
All the man got me doing is call his phone and run up my phone bill for GT&T get more rich for me.
Okay. All right then.
All kinds of cell phone number you got to call this man upon. And at the end of the month, GT&T can send me a $12,000 bill. What can do?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
The thing is that this situation in Iraq, Burnham Gardens, we show it earlier.
Yes. What is your view? What
you show earlier?
Yeah. What is your view now?
Right. Well, I'm saying that the mayor and city council, it seems as though what the right hand doing, the left hand doesn't know.
Okay.
Right? Because, like, everybody is a free fall in the council. Because I can't understand how they're going to go in and allow the containers for park and they try the green.
Okay.
If the president talking about a green economy, how they going to allow the situation for develop the whole city council? They're so harder for money.
Okay.
It's so harder for money that they're going to take. And the thing about it is when they do get this money, you can't see what they're doing with it. Look, I just pay a city council every January. Go ahead and pay them my rates and taxes every January.
Yes.
Now, last year I paid in January. When I go back this year, January, for pay, you know these people tell me that I owe them money.
Okay.
I owe them money because the rates and taxes increased in March.
That is
in
true.
March or February.
That is true.
And then only say I owe them money, you know. You know they put interest on the money, even though they didn't call me. They farm
Yes, that is true.
That the income tax will increase.
Okay.
And I gotta come back and pay some more money. Right? These people put interest on the money.
Okay. Thank you very much.
So what?
At the city council, the
Thank you
mayor
very
city
much.
council there.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's unscrupulous people.
Okay.
There's councillors and workers there. And set of unscrupulous people really taking advantage on the citizen discharge. Don't see.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm saying that the mayor, they should not, the president and the ministers should look into the.
Okay.
They should not destroy the place there.
Okay then.
Put no containers at the place.
Thank you very much.
It's absolutely wrong.
Okay, thank you. Joy, what is our view? Joy.
On that issue?
Yes.
My view is that the city council got to really overturn that decision.
Yes.
Because I cannot agree at all that why is it that you would choose to put the container
Yes.
so close up to the main road at Mandela Avenue, so when you going into Roxanne Burnham Garden or South Rumwell Garden, because the two entrances are divided by that green space. And when you're going there, especially if you're coming out, you can't see on either side.
Yes,
because that road, because of its busyness on the road, you know, that the traffic is always tight there. I can't see why you would want to do such thing. I think that's a very foolish, or it has somebody has some ulterior motives.
Sangi, what's your view?
Well, the guy now, though,
Continue.
is the D Princess Street
Yes,
Lodge.
yes.
I think they should pay attention. GII, Mr. Dr. Charles, Van West Charles, please pay attention. The Princess Street Lodge, the yard before Caliber Guard Service. There's a problem, water problem, and also 85 Duke Street, Kingston. There's a burst pipe there over the last couple of days. Please send your men there and check it out. You know,
Carl, you need help?
Yes, come on.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Based on your topic, one, just listen to me.
Yes.
We having capitalism, socialism, communism, imperialism, and democracy. Which one of the isn't are we channel on?
You know, see the channel here? You're not listening to channel?
No, not church channel.
Which church channel? I don't know what about that channel. I know channel C channel.
Now we having communism, socialism, capitalism.
Try nihilism.
Yes.
Which one of the isn't that we are working on?
Exactly.
Yeah, Jai.
Yeah, but I want to refer back to 2 points raised by Mr. Sankey.
Yes.
And one is the GPL and GT&T.
Okay.
Now, in today's paper, there is an article, or it's a letter, I think, concerning these two entities. And I want to share a little experience here. And I rather suspect that hundreds of citizens would have experienced this at the Fogarty's building where GT&T has that payment center downstairs of Fogarty.
Yes.
I am a regular visitor to that place. Every month I go there to pay my bills.
Yes.
GT&T bills. I'm surprised that nobody, and every time I go I have to complain. I always look for a supervisor to complain and ask them, well, how is it that you all have the senior citizen line, and why is it that you will take 1 hour to get rid of these senior citizens? So what's the purpose of establishing the lines, or the line, and you say, okay, you're going to necessitate, or you're going to give preference, or give a little thing to them, and in the long run, you have to wait 1 hour. Last week I was there, and it took me exactly 1 hour.
Yes.
Last week.
Yes.
Yeah, to pay
yes.
the telephone bill.
Yes.
1 hour.
You see, the
Yes.
first 10 days of the month are the
Yes.
busiest days. Try not to go those
But
days.
when you go after,
Or before.
Yes.
I went there on the 8th.
Yes.
I think it was on the 8th. And I am surprised that, no, the 7th, the Monday, I was there. I can understand that if I go on the 7th, 3 days before the due date, I would have expected that, well, this thing would have been some sort of urgency, and you get rid of all these seniors. There were 19 people in front of me. I counted them. 19 people, then I was at 20th. By the time I left, 1 hour after, there were still 20-something people.
Terrible, terrible.
Now, what is GT&T doing about that? And they're on the other hand, the other line now that leads to 2 or 3 other cashiers, they had about
Okay.
70, 80 people.
Okay then.
Wow.
Thank you. Corey, hello? Hello?
Oh,
Yes?
hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
When you have to pay bills, or just people want to collect money because the lines, all the lines.
Yes.
This is the only country they don't want to collect money. Taxpayer, you got anything.
Why you
you
say-
don't
why
pay,
you say-
it's
why you say
line,
that? Why you
line,
say
line.
that?
So,
Why you say that?
don't collect. Okay, next problem. One Mr. General Harman hit down somebody in CI and break the woman's foot and said it, in the scheme and said that the road is not an official got and police can involve in that. And he designed a program. Hit down a woman and broke her foot and said the road is not an
That's
official
still got more
got
ones.
and police
Still
can
got more
involve
ones.
in it.
Carl is still got more. You can't use people name like that. You can't do that. You can't. You get you locked up.
He's a goodie man.
You get locked up for that. Use people name just like that. It's allegation
He's
you're
making,
making.
yeah, he's making a serious thing.
Yeah.
That, yes.
Get locked up for
That's why this
allegation.
cyber bill, there's a lot of controversy
Yes,
over
yes,
the cyber
yes,
bill.
yes, yes.
The-
Call you here.
because people make a lot of silly statements which are untrue.
Yeah.
You know, when people make silly statements that are
So I'm
untrue.
waiting about the education system in this country.
Well,
That we want to talk, just want to talk.
Yeah,
about.
as I said, the Sunday, Ian McDonald
Yeah, yes.
referred to it,
Yes.
and he said that it's boring.
Yeah. Why
And
is it
then
boring?
when children go to school and they're learning, they're not, what they're learning is like something in the sky, a pie in the sky. They should learn practical things, you know, how to fix this, how to do that, and also they have to learn the moral side,
Okay.
they have to, the ethical side. But what he's saying is that it is not related to the life when they go out in the world, you know. We need to have our educational system geared to keep it interesting and also have a relevance to
Call you
the
in
life
here.
outside,
Hello?
the school.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes.
You and your partner.
Yes.
Comrade Sharma, what can happen? Mr. Harman want money for buy plane. Mr. Greenwich want money for fight the legal case. Patterson want money for complete the airport. What can happen when all this?
Okay, how you expect the country to run?
What were the teachers?
How your teachers? How you expect the country to run?
You know, the teachers need money too.
When you teaching, you want it to?
Yeah, and nurses.
Yeah.
And public servants asking for more.
Yes, the education you're talking about just now. The education system.
Yes, the education system, they said, I think what Mr. Gildari was saying in the culture, that there need to be more involvement of teachers and parents meeting together. Parent-Teachers Association need to be more involved. They need to have the curriculum updated to the 21st century. You need to have, instead of the old-time blackboard, you need to have a different,
Child, let's talk about education now. This is education.
No, I did say last week
yes.
that there has been some improvement. And
What kind
there's-
of improvement? Yes.
in passes at the examinations.
Okay,
you know,
okay.
Common entrance,
Okay.
CSEC and all these things. There has been better results. But that doesn't necessarily translate
okay.
into meaning
Yeah.
that, well, things are all
Okay,
well and
okay,
good.
okay.
That's my view.
You see, you can have results there about common entrance and CXC and all that, but how does our life improve? Has productivity improved in the country? you know? Are people getting jobs?
Okay.
You know?
So you heard a lot of case in the hospital, Georgetown Hospital. A lot of case inside the hospital.
Well, this has been so for a long time now, and we
How
have.
what can you improve it?
But we have an ex-head of the army. He's in charge of the Georgetown Hospital now,
Yes.
and you know, he should be able to come up with some how to manage. I don't know if he's trained in hospital management, but he's probably trained in management. But we need to definitely, but to improve things there, you need money again. Money is essential to improve things. They already put up a new wing and all of that. We need to have, you know. But the services, they need to improve the services there. You need to have people who are friendly to the clients, you know, customer-friendly people. You know, when you go there, emergency, whatever, the people are polite and helpful. That's what the attitude needs to change.
Okay. What is it again? I forget it again. Jai, what do you think of Leguana? How you Leguana? How was it like? How do you think like Leguana?
Oh, that.
But the road good?
Not so good.
Okay, why?
Apparently because of neglect over a number of years.
Okay.
And you know, and then you do substandard work. Whenever you attempt to do some maintenance, you'll get some shoddy work from the contractor.
Yes.
As a result, the road cannot stand up.
Tell me something. How long is road be like that? This condition, this road. Since when? How many years? 10 years or 12 years?
More than.
Do you see that? That was June.
Yeah, of course.
So we need a training course for the contractors then.
Call you in here. Hello, call you in here. Hello? Go ahead.
Yes.
Tell me Leguana now.
Leguana has transformed somewhat.
Yeah.
I remember going there many years ago, and the road situation has improved. I went first time, and there were deep potholes, you know, huge holes. Today that has somewhat remedied.
Yeah.
But then because of the substandard work year after year, it doesn't last long. And so much more money got to spend the next year or in following years, as a result of which people are getting frustrated, and they themselves, residents, have expressed that to us when we were there.
Under which government? What government you're talking about? Under which government? Under which government?
What?
The PV government?
How long it has been?
Yeah, how long it been like that?
The roads.
The road has been there long now.
Yeah.
Like that, right? And it is deteriorating for sure. There's no doubt about that. Because I traveled before that function, right?
Yes.
On the 6th of this month.
Yes.
I was there 3 weeks before that.
Yes.
And I toured the whole island on a motorbike.
Okay.
So I had a good look-see into what is obtained on the roadways.
Yes. Call in here.
Hello?
Yes.
Concern the roads with the gentleman talking.
Yes.
It's substantial material. They're mixing the crushing on the sand.
Yes.
Okay? Then you have people supplying the government material. I reported already.
Okay.
But, if they put 50 ton crushing run, then put in 25 to 30 ton of sand inside.
Okay.
Then get a 70 ton. Sand more cheap on the crushing run, so they're mixing it. If you take the material and test it, it's more sand and crushing run. The quarry.
Okay.
Yeah, that is it. But the next thing, like to Mr. Sankey. Mr. Sankey, when you come across from Georgetown on the bridge, the bridge traffic back up because one reason the police said just so you come out of the bridge, the police checking for documents off the bridge. So if you go, do not stop the police to the work, they can go more out. So the bridge, when the traffic back up on the bridge, it back up on the east bank.
Yes.
Both the police on the west bank side, them just as soon as you come off the bridge, the police are on there in the afternoon or in the morning and check for documents, for license. But you can go out a little bit more so the traffic will open out.
Yes.
So kind of you're putting more weight on the bridge, more everything. And you get traffic crawling.
They make it worse.
Look into it and tell the police they can do their work and get more out.
Yes.
And let traffic spread out.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I understand too that some heavy duty vehicles.
So let me talk about the same container problem. Containers.
container?
Yeah.
We're at the place there?
Place, yes.
Well, that's the problem. We already discussed that in somewhat limited time.
Let me elaborate more.
You see, this situation, when you put that container there, it tends to take away the beauty of that area.
Okay.
I mean, that big container, it looks so stupid.
What is inside this container?
Well,
I don't know what's in
it's
the
a restaurant.
I don't know what restaurants
It's a
are.
restaurant they're opening.
That.
They put in a big 40-foot
Yeah,
container
40-foot.
to open a restaurant.
Or a snack or something.
Snack it and restaurant and snack it.
Restaurant.
So, some friend.
So we got to be some friends or somebody, right? Because I can't see you put in a container there to open a snack it.
And blocking it, view of the people who traveling.
And so on.
Colony, hello?
Yes, Chamo.
Yes?
I'm trying to get you a long time.
Yes.
Mr. Chamo.
Will you get me now?
I want to know.
Yes.
The government cannot build houses for the.
Okay.
We need houses. We don't
Talk
have.
a little bit louder. I can't hear you.
Some of us don't have no.
That's it.
Space.
Good.
And we need houses like how Dragon to build those small houses in Campbellville. If we could get a place to build some houses and we pay, even if we have to pay a 5 or a 10,000 a month.
Yes.
We need it, Chamo.
Born on a big house? Born on a big small house?
West from
Restaurant fell.
Pardon me?
Born on a big small houses?
The rumbles?
Yes. Concrete houses, either the flat one or the high one.
Okay. Yes.
That's too high.
Yes.
So the citizens could save.
So you need subsidized housing for the people who are not well off. But Food for the Poor has been doing some work recently.
Yeah.
Food for the Poor, in needy cases.
We need house to live.
Yes.
Yes.
That's all of us will have to.
Thank you very much.
All right, Chamo.
Okay. Calling you here. Hello. 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 Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Sharma.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Mr. Sankey.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
You know, when I call on this program, I congratulate this program because this program is highlighting a lot of things in this country. You know, and Mr. Sharma, keep up the good work.
Yes.
So,
I will try to do that.
Right?
Yeah.
Mr. Sharma, this a mile of fast project. Mr. Sharma, we put aside the difference with the parties them, right?
Okay.
Mr. Sharma, if this country, they go ahead on the a mile of fast project, right? That current that come in this country. Mr. Sharma, let me tell you this. You know how much investor we would have in this country?
Yeah.
You know how much employment we would create in this country with that project, Mr. Sharma?
Yes.
And then the Guyanese people, this little guy in Guyana, the people would have benefit so much from that project. Come on. Let this government just put aside difference, and they could go ahead with that project, Mr. Sharma. And ease the stress on the Guyanese people with the current, Mr. Sharma. And them know that. But them know it starts under the people. Come on, go ahead with it. You will look good too.
Yes.
Yeah?
Okay.
As a government, we going to look good. Everybody going to enjoy it. You know? Come on, look at the problem how we face it now.
Yeah, am I talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, good.
Yeah, Mr. Sharma, and another thing.
Yes.
There's what we call Mr. Clive Thomas,
Yes.
the head for Suku and the head for Guy Suku board. I don't have a problem with Mr. Clive Thomas, but I have a problem that when you're doing your work, hope you do your work straight, right? In this life, we know it. What goes wrong comes wrong, you know.
Yes, that's
Both when other people turn rich,
Yes.
people don't bet in this country, you know. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well said. Call in. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, Amelia Falls. You see what happened? That started out on a bad note. When they put, you have a contractor man who didn't know anything with billing this and billing that, and he just subcontracted somebody else, and he became a millionaire overnight.
Well, Mr. Sankey, I don't know. My view is that in time to come, that project will revive.
Yeah. But you need hydroelectricity.
I'm very optimistic about
No,
that.
you need hydroelectricity,
Right?
but
and that same project will come on stream. It may not be in the short term, but most likely in the medium term. I foresee that this will happen.
Okay. Calling in here, hello?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Hamilton Green fan.
Yes.
What happened to you? He didn't come today?
Any commentaries?
He's a Saturday man.
Yes, yes.
Oh, he doesn't come on Tuesdays?
No.
Okay.
I'm glad if I see him on Tuesday because he encourages everybody and the program is good with him.
Okay, okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Right.
Calling in hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, you on the air, please?
Am I on, Mr. Sharma?
Yes, yes, that's right.
Two things.
Yes,
The jail burn down.
yes. Who bought the
Why
jail
is it
down?
blocking
Who
up-
bought the
why is
jail
it
down?
blocking all the streets
I'm
around
asking who
the
bought the
jail?
jail down? I'm asking
If
who bought the
you pass here,
jail?
we'll see- Yeah.
Who bought the jail? Who bought the jail down?
No, don't matter who born it.
Okay.
Jail burn down.
You know who bought it down?
Why?
Okay, let's hear your
Man,
point.
I ask you something. I just tell you something. The jail burned down. They block all the streets around the hill. Why are they blocking the streets around the hill?
They were blocked
Because
before
you
the
pass
jail
there, you
burned
see the
down.
policemen them.
Yeah.
Not man
They
went out of
only are
business.
sitting all night.
Okay.
Who really watch it? Why you don't open back the streets?
The-
It's inconvenience to the people around this area.
Those streets were blocked for over 20 years.
20, about 20 years.
Over 20 years, the nut man had to move
Yes,
from there. What you telling me? What that blocking off of the streets around the Camp Street jail didn't take place when the jail was burned down. It was happening before, long before.
No, but the block Cam Street, no, the block Durban Street, the block John Street, and the
You black with
Street.
security
People have
device.
to go to NIS. People have to go around the place.
Second black with security
No,
device.
if you're going up to NIS, you could drive up to Ben Street because the blockage starts from Ben Street.
Thank you very much. See, that security.
No,
due to
the nut
security.
man had to move. The nut man used to make a lot of money in the corner there. And a lot of businesses suffered because of what happened there.
When you were Georgetown prison?
Pardon me?
Georgetown prison.
Georgetown Prison, well, that building is so old that anything could have happened,
Okay.
It could become a museum now.
right? Yeah.
They could move the jail somewhere else, rather than the heart of the city.
Well,
And then,
that was an idea put forward many years ago that to remove the jail from Camp Street
Yes.
and carry it somewhere else.
yes,
But
Calling you,
successive
hello?
governments have failed to listen to that.
Hello?
yes.
Hello?
Good afternoon, Mr.
Good afternoon.
Could you speak
I
up?
would like to speak to Mr. Sankey. Hi, Mr. Sankey.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I called you since 2015 concerning GTI certificate. Until now, my son didn't get his certificate.
The what certificate?
From GTI.
GTI.
Graduated in November 2015.
Okay, you had mentioned on the program that you didn't get your certificate,
No,
and up to now you haven't got it?
no.
You didn't mention it when you did it.
No, on the program. She mentioned it on the
Okay,
program.
you were in the program? You were in the program?
GTI, she
Oh.
I
graduated.
went in,
Yeah.
Graduated.
and they said that, they don't know when, so I don't know what's going on with it.
When last you spoke to them?
I went in there last week. They said I don't know when.
Why
The
did it take so
Technical
long?
Institute have not given out
Why did it
certificates
take so
to
long?
anybody else?
Why did it take so long, Sankey?
No, nobody didn't get it yet, so I don't know what's going on.
GTI certificates. We need to investigate that thoroughly, and we call who's now the principal there,
Miss Duncan.
Miss Duncan.
Yeah.
Please pay attention to this. We need to, the graduates need to get their certificates, GTI certificates. Please let them know. We can let it through this TV station
station.
that we have the certificates ready for them. It's a long time. I remember that you brought this up.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Mr.
much.
Sankey, thank you.
Calling you, hello? Hello, caller.
Yes, we brought it up on this program.
Left us in a hospital. Hospital is a serious problem. Yeah, your hospital.
Yes.
People drinking beer and rum inside
The
you
jail.
lock up jail.
They're drinking not ordinary,
Yeah.
top of the line stuff.
Top
I
of
mean,
the
like,
line.
Yes, if you see the
Yeah,
stuff, we have
whiskey.
Hennessy, I think it's Hennessy with Hennessy.
Hennessy, yeah.
Yes. Look at it. You can see look at the fancy things. They're not drinking ordinary things.
No, XM and Eldorado.
Carly, you here?
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
The thing with the NIS that you haven't talking to.
Yes.
You work BRE for several years, right? And I work in the workshop, the parcel section, and BAL.
Yes.
Pull up 3 farm for NIS.
Yes.
The other day, I asked some people who work, they tell me if NIS can. I said
that's
no,
right.
but
Yes.
pull up the farm already.
Okay.
When I got the head office in Port China, work with my ID card, just for the NIS number, my name was never in the system.
Okay.
So the people are not, the bigger ones who in charge of the NIS need to go into this workplace and make sure that people got their things.
Okay.
Because I sorry, me ain't got one old payslip for proof it all.
Bring it to proof. Bring it to proof.
No, me ain't got it. I show all payslip.
So, where did you work before?
BRE.
So BRE didn't submit anything?
No, me ain't get nothing. Me name ain't in the system.
Edward Bihari?
Yeah.
What is this?
I work in the workshop, the parcel section will make the chowmin, and BAL, the car section. 3 different departments.
How many years you work there?
I was 20 when I started work there.
Okay. How many years? How old are you now?
I started 3.
33.
Yeah. I mean, name in the system. Something wrong.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Wait you go there now. Wait you go there nice.
No, but definitely something is wrong there. I failed to understand how this
He's saying the company probably didn't submit the NIS return.
Company,
but that's an allegation, a serious allegation.
That's a serious allegation he's making there. Because I know, I don't think Bihari would want to put its company image at stake.
Yes.
You know, and that's a very
serious
small issue.
Yes. Your name, please.
Good afternoon, Mr. Shah.
Good afternoon, yes.
With this parking feature what we have on the road,
Okay.
lorry and things, by the right permanent that.
Okay.
Those things are there on the parapet.
Yes.
And when the people drive on the road, what they complaining, they ain't seeing them lorry park in the car, no?
Yeah.
Or when people driving in tractor and coming out, and they got a little 25 rod with little or they don't see people drive slow. What they want, kill the right farm of them.
Okay.
They own the road, they don't see. Or slow down, just a little piece and pass. So they want speed right too.
Right.
And when they run and hit them truck, in the car, and they complaining, but right farm got truck in the road.
Okay then. Good. Thank you. Good. Yeah. Either one. Same one. Hello? Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, yes.
I'm calling.
Yes.
Thing with my foot.
Yes. What happened to your foot?
I have arthritis.
Okay. I'm not a doctor neither, but you go ahead, talk. I'm not a doctor.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, you go ahead. Go ahead.
And I went to NIS.
Yes.
And they tell me that I cannot get anything because the disability people don't get no thing.
Thank you know what that? Disability?
How old are you?
I 58.
Okay.
And I been home for how many years without getting nothing from nowhere. I work how much years.
You're disabled?
Yeah, because right now I cannot go on the road.
Do you get disability benefits?
I don't get nothing. And when I go into NIS, my contribution is only $464.
Where did you work?
I work with Pretty Pal, I work with Marine Food, I went National Service, and I work with Roshan Khan.
Okay.
And which one didn't submit returns?
Well, like I ain't seen nothing from Roshan Khan and Pretty Pal, like I ain't get enough because I work with Pretty Pal for like 10 years.
Okay. When you want disability?
Well, you got to check with the Ministry of Labor. Check with the Ministry of Labor, right? The Chief Labor Officer.
Let me touch on disability.
Before we touch on disability,
yes.
10 years she said at Pretty Paul.
Yes.
10 years would have given you 520 contributions.
Yes.
But she said she only got 400 something.
4, yes.
So where are the rest?
Yeah.
I don't know where the rest.
Yeah, check with the Chief Labor Officer there, Mr. Ogle, and see what he says, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're supposed to, Mr. Ogle, supposed to send the inspector
yes.
to these
Yes.
workplaces and do a
that's how it went. My father was with in the Labor Department years ago too. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Chama, the person that called out about the old citizens' home.
Oh, yes.
Very good. Because we need it.
Okay.
And if we get an area, if the government could get an area and build some nice small houses for the old citizens, we would be very thankful. And just we pay a fee, we could pay a fee every month. It will be thankful, we will bless y'all very much.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
You could see it for us.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to look into it.
They need a senior citizen, a new senior citizens home, where it's subsidized and
Hello? Hello? How much minutes have I got in here? Half an hour more here.
No, you got another 12 minutes.
12 minutes.
Caller, hello? Hello?
Yes, Mr. Sharma.
Yes.
The caller concerning the NIS.
Yes.
What he needs to do is ask for a record of service from Bihari and a confirmation of the NIS payment.
Okay.
That's all he needs to do.
Okay, then. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
A record of service of Edward Bihari.
We got 12 minutes more, Carl. 12 minutes more. Yes. Yeah, Joy, what do you like to say, Alice?
I want to come back to the point about the overhead pass. I was really shocked into disbelief when I read the papers that 45 residents, 45 pedestrians were charged and placed before the courts and using the overhead or failing to use the overhead pass on East Bank Road. Now, the first question is that I never knew, or I never read in any paper any release issued by the Guyana Police Force or any authority, so to speak, that it's an offense not to use it. Because I myself have used that road. I never went across any of those overhead paths. I walk on the pave, on the corner of the road, right? So I think this is where our certain organizations are lacking the basics. We need to sensitize the public. We need to create this awareness. We just can't hold the people and show them in front of the magistrate.
Exactly.
We have to tell the people, enlighten them, show them, edify them, show them, look, this is what, this thing was built for this purpose.
Yes.
And we urge you not to continue to walk here. Yes. Use this. And show them how to use it. Explain that to them.
And provisions for the disabled too. Disabled.
Cardi, hello?
Pardon?
Yeah. You talk something. Yeah, what do you like to say?
Yeah, the same thing
finally,
too.
Probably, finally.
Well, we still have 10 minutes.
10 minutes more? We said, oh yeah, no, just 10 minutes.
Yeah, but that's the point he made there. That's
educating the people.
Yeah, education. We need to educate people with skills for living, skills for life, essential skills for living, and that is the essential thing. And also keep our youth interested. Who will suffer most if we don't keep the poor in school, right? Those who come from the poor areas. It's gonna lead to more crime. It's gonna lead to more crime.
Hello? Yeah. Hello?
Looks like you. Yeah, the education system, you educate people for living in society. What they can do essential things, they know how to address different issues in life. So education needs to be broader, not just a textbook thing, and then you pass CXC, and then what happens? You can't.
Okay. Try what about education is country. Education.
No, we spoke about that already, and I said that we have made a little strides along the route.
Hello, Cardi. Hello.
Mr. Sharma?
Yes.
Hello, we have a problem with Gaisuku.
Yes. What is the problem?
We have a problem that they want to send the worker to the bank.
What?
The money. They want to send the worker to the bank.
Send workers to the bank.
I don't understand it.
To pay them through the bank.
Through the bank.
Yes, to pay them through the bank.
Nothing itself is
they can't. They should be able to meet with them, talk with them, and see what's the best way, rather than just assume that is the best way.
Why they say they want to pay it through the bank? Why? What the reason why?
They want to send all the workers to the bank for their money to the bank.
Okay.
So I don't know why they want to do that.
Okay.
They need to find a convenient way. Talk with them and get them find a common solution. Find a common solution to it.
Not everybody can go to the bank.
No, and not everybody has a bank account.
Colony. Hello. Hello.
Some people save at home.
Yeah. What is your closing remarks, please?
No, I would want to urge Guyanese generally to abide by the law, to go by the rules. You can't go wrong if you go by the rules.
Okay.
And at the same time, let the authorities go by the rules also.
Okay. Let me take final call on the air. Caller, hello?
Yes, Mr. Sharma.
Yes, yes.
Good afternoon again.
Yes.
This person that called just now pertaining to the farmers not being able to drive the tractors on the road from the fields.
Yes.
Now, the farmers got to understand that it's not them alone have to use the road.
Okay.
If they drive and put mud on the road, it would be dangerous for other road users. They're not road owners, they're road users like everybody else.
That's true, that's true.
Or if they put mud on the road, what they should have done, that they should have tried to done, arrange with the police that they're going to get workers, put them on the road for clean off the road back before it become necessary for other vehicles driving the road. They could hire some people, some guys and put them for speed off the road, right? If they say it's 25 total rats, well, clean off the road and don't got the road dirty for other road users come and crash and kill themselves.
Okay.
That's Mr. Sharp.
Thank you very much. My friend Kennedy here now. Yes. Caller, you're here. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I complain about Lenore.
Yes, yes. Go ahead, tell me.
And really corrupted.
Why is he corrupt? What is it? What is it?
If you got to give them.
What?
If you don't have to give them.
Yes.
They lock you up.
Okay.
Right now, I have a friend.
Yes.
He get remand because he's gonna give the police nothing.
What you give the police? Like what? Like what? Like what?
The weed money and.
Oh, weed money. Yes, yes.
They plan the weed money guy and make the guy get remand.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't want to mention it.
Did you report him at the police?
Yeah, the matter is on the court.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, car for trading.
Okay.
And our station's really corrupt.
Okay. With drugs? Marijuana?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
It is corruption is a constant. Leonora especially has been come under the.
There's a lot of different.
Yeah, Leonora's come under the microscope the last time we spoke as well. Yes. When a lady was here who was complaining, was sitting just next to you, and she was complaining too. You can't go to Leonora. She went to Perica to complain when she was robbed.
Mr. Sharma.
Yes.
People them want to speed on the road. If you got a little party driving a 2-week speed party, why they can't slow down when they pass it?
Yeah.
Okay.
They want speed, they complain. Them truck would park in the road corner, they just they off the road. When a car running, is the truck pass?
Okay.
You speed.
Okay, all right, good. CD, got CD. Yeah, tell me the party.
Yeah, so the police have a lot of problems, you know. There's a lot of corruption that you have to deal with. Look what the complaint about the woman at Monrepo, the allegation made, where she was, where the brain was falling.
Try your closing remarks, please.
No, I made my closing remarks, Mr. Sharma, but let's hear.
Sangi?
Yes.
Time up already.
Yes, and so we have to have back that program wrapping with the public. The police needs to come back here and talk with the public, sensitize them. But this is not the only avenue. Yes. They need to be on the ground or on the East Bank too, talking with the people there in the community about the overhead pass as well.
Please show me the container. Please show me the program of the container. Here we come to the program today, right? Thank you very much.